Greetings, Commanders. Well, and welcome back to Homeworld Mobile. Today we're going to dive deeply into the highly anticipated update 1.8. This massive update brings sweeping changes to the game, promising to redefine our interstellar adventures. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, first up, let's talk about the scanning rework. Now this is quite new, folks. It's been talked about a little bit, but we haven't had any kind of details. I'm completely new to this, so good to explore it together. But it's going to be divided into two distinct phases: detection and analyzing. Detection is all about revealing signals in the system, and this is going to be powered by our new detection stat. The higher your detection power, the more signals you uncover, and we also have to charge the system. So we'll also have batteries to recharge our scanners, which means we have to collect them. There's also going to be some other collecting of items. So let's go ahead and look into it. So we'll just over here into our system map, we'll see that we have a little bit different scanning icon down here. We have our detection up to 560 and analyzing is 180. That looks like the base range, the top range. So this is kind of interesting. First, we'll just go ahead and look out what I have equipped to my sensor. So it looks like they actually did change the numbers of these. Scanner range is going to be essentially that blue bubble on the screen. The detection power and the analyzing strength is going to be the top. The reliability is going to be the low count. Detection count 5. I'm not sure what that's going to mean for us, but we'll get into it and we'll explore it. One other thing that I knew is that Scanner Rework is going to give us the chance to use our critical officers a little bit more, our scan crit officers. So I'm guessing we just click here and scan. Every time we scan, it's going to look like it's decreasing our detection. So we've detected a hostile signature within the system. We need to analyze it for more information. So now we have all these that we can analyze individually. That's going to be interesting. So I can only analyze one at a time, and it's going to tell me turn off signal gamma. I can analyze another one here. I'm wondering, this is actually calculating the reward, and it's also calculating how much I'll earn for each one. Unknown find. Let's go ahead and scan this one, see what we got. We'll see my purple is decreasing, so this is probably going to be my detection power, and we'll see that's actually decreasing over here as well. So I scanned that unknown find and black box. Now it's collecting. Boom, 50 insignias. Nice, I like that. I don't know if this one I didn't scan before or if it just didn't scan already. So now I have all the signals in this system scanned. Let's check. For Jovians, I have to analyze these individually. These are a little bit nicer than it was before. It used to be that when we scan something, you just have to hope that it hits the scan that you want. But now, as long as there's some unknown signals, that we can go through and get it. So let's go ahead and collect our rewards. We have 500 does. Okay, so I completed that mission. So I have to complete a signal mission now.
Hyperdrive engaged.
So analyzing reliability and analyzing strength are going to be the players. This is going to help us make the actual signals, so we're going to be able to get more out of them than what we had before. All right, so now that we're in the signal, we're not going to be able to have the scanning functionality anymore, so it's not going to determine where our enemies are. But let's go ahead and jump into nothing's changed about the sensor view either.
Course set.
And nothing's changed about targeting, repair. Yeah, none of these. Abandoned freight's still in the game, but I know that the chances of stuff has decreased significantly. So yes, there's that. I'm not gonna pick it up because honestly, there's just nothing about these that
Enemy neutralized.
I think they're all just filled with
Waypoint
water.
locked.
I'm gonna get one. See what it's like.
Acquisition enabled.
I gotta move to Lazarus now. Lazarus. Objects are hidden. Irregular circumstances. Overcharge the scanner beyond its normal ability to find them. But these. What's this? This new type of crate. Oh, the Liaison reward. That's cool that you can click on it and it can tell you stuff. Speaking of which, there's going to be, we'll talk about the codex a little bit more, but that's going to be more, there's going to be some more changes to be able to access information in the game relatively easily. I'm in a T3 system, aren't I? Abandoned freight container. Yeah, so now this is just ore. The chance of getting rare ore or just regular ore, and no chance of blueprints. So let's finally move to Lazarus. I'm just gonna go Lazarus. Jump.
Hyperspace jump complete.
Alright, so we'll jump back to Lazarus. We'll get a TZ collector. Awesome. I'm gonna put that to good use. Alright. So next up on the topic of changes, bridge rework. So as of update 1.5, all of the bridges have been disbanded except for the Starbase, which I think we saw a little bit earlier. But now bridges are going to be a little bit different. So essentially for flagships, this is the first look that we're going to get for battle cruisers. It looks like it's going to have one universal slot, one operator or two operator slots, two gunner slots, and one engineer slot for a total of 6 slots. So let's see what we're going to put up in here, yo. This is always a hard choice. So I could put up my whole officers. I want to definitely level them up a little bit more. I hope my time doesn't really split, but generally the time's going to split. But I could get an 8% reduction in time plus some acceleration to speed. However, I kind of like the acceleration, which is already my engine tech on the ship. So this is kind of cool. So now we get 2 abilities for our engine techs, and because they can have 2 perks, they could potentially split into 2 perks. We could potentially see this. Now, I would recommend holding off on any officer upgrades until after they change the, this could be months, honestly, but keep up your insigs and don't change it because we do have the chance to pick our splits in the coming updates. So be aware of that. But for now, I'm just going to put this engineer in here. Now I get a boost to speed. That's going to be actually kind of cool. So we'll put my gunner officers back here. I had a damage hull and a damage armor for my pulsars. So that's how it was before, and then I had this operator here that was pulsar burst. I only have 1 pulsar, so we're just gonna assign that there. Universal slot, that's gonna be interesting. I'm not sure what we're gonna do with that. Oh, there's a little weird UI bug. Let's put escort damage in here. And then I have a universal slot. So this is going to be kind of interesting. What are we going to do here? God damn, really? Action. All right, so I'm liking it. This is quite interesting. Up my targeting ranges, up my damage. I get my pulsar burst, plus I get all of my, and I get new engineers. So obviously more slots to bridge is a nice bonus. But this is gonna kind of go back and forth with some other setups. So for one, if you have a carrier fleet that you want to have completely be mining, you're gonna kind of get a little bit of a nerf here. But it looks like they did include a buff to mining overall, so whether or not you use that all 4 slots as a miner, then you're gonna lose a little bit there, maybe. Time will tell how we actually do this. But let's go ahead and look over the bridge of the carriers. So we're going to get 1 quartermaster, 1 miner, 1 pilot, 1 operator, and then we'll get 2 universal slots. So this is going to be where we're going to put our miners, our secondary miners most likely, if we're into that kind of stuff. Let's see, put that guy there. So originally I was able to have 4 on board. Now I only get to have 3, which isn't necessarily the worst thing, but that is going to be a little bit of a, and because I don't use any pilots, like that's also a kind of weird mix there. I don't necessarily know that it restricts to just quartermaster access, which is kind of interesting. I wonder if any of the other slots. So now we'll go ahead and add missile barrage here, because I believe, nope, I don't have any missiles on this one. This one's only kinetics. The kinetic officer. My highest rarity kinetic officers. Yeah, so some pain points here is this only allows quartermasters. This doesn't allow engineers, which kind of is weird since like now I can't do any of the parts fab engineers here. Hopefully this will change, but that is actually kind of lame. And there's no other space for engineers anywhere on the crew. Overall, not bad, not the worst. But let's see what the Explorer looks like. We'll go ahead and pop in an Explorer here. Oh, that's cool, but that's not what exactly what I don't know what's happening. No, I don't want to quit the game. I just want to leave this. Sorry. Do something funny here. Like, all right, sorry about that.
Hyperspace
Don't know what
jump
happened there. It
complete.
looks like it got stuck behind a menu or something. The game basically just had to restart. In that, we'll move on. Now we have an updated commander profile. So by clicking on our face and then level, we'll see that we have a little bit of an update here with our Kith information, a nice big social button, as well as the ability to change your name, and just kind of minimized how much the XP screen took up. And we'll see that we have a couple new tabs. We recently got the customization tab. Now we are going to get the codex tab. So this is going to help for new players to be able to check out some stuff like what does this mean? What does this number stuff mean? Like a bunch of different information. This looks like it is searchable. So let's search. It can be code fragments, detecting and analyzing, scanning, exploration, general. I guess not. Still got a little bit of work, but we'll see. See how this goes. I'm actually excited that this is coming into the game. This has been a long time asked for. Basically, the chat every day is like, where do I find this? Where do I find that? All the information. Let's see if we got any new graphics changes. Nothing significant that I can see. But I recommend looking through here. Now this is going to be device specific, so if you have multiple devices, they can run in different settings. Currently, they're not linked in any way. Premium accounts. All right, so in addition to some of the markets that they've also added a new premium thing. So what premium status is it's basically all the event statuses rolled into one. You pay for it. Basically 7 days for $7, and it gets a little bit cheaper as you purchase more days. Kind of like a subscription service. Not entirely against that. I'm glad that it's um, included in the game to help the developers actually earn some money. Nothing's actually locked behind this from what I'm reading through the notes. I'll post some of the information up here. Um, but for now on, you can obtain these tokens, get premium status. After purchasing the status, you'll get a confirmation. Essentially plus 50% asteroid purity, reputation for all factions, plus 50% XP gain, 50% chance loot, and plus 5 prestige points for every level. If an event is active while you have the premium going on, you're gonna get both. So this is gonna be quite a sweet deal. If you see an event coming up, you can get this for a couple days and earn double as much if that's what you're into. After purchasing, you'll get a token. You'll get a little icon up here that shows your premium status, but other players won't be able to see that. It's just you. So this is a visual indication of while you're playing the game that you'll know that uh, you're earning more, or you're on the clock for money that you paid, essentially. In addition to that market, there are some updates. Let's see if I can. It looks like the premium stuff has jumped up to the top here. There's still like the offers. These are going to be mostly just packs that you can buy anyway. Currency. Because okay, so the Hungarian recruitment token moved up in out of the code market up to this page. That's kind of interesting. I believe we got a new legendary officer, but I don't see them. It looks like we got common. Oh, and this is going to lead into the code rework. My notes don't have anything on. All right, so with this, we've had a significant change to the code system. Essentially, let's go to the code market. We used to have tiered codes, and those are no longer. Everything is going to be just ship code fragments, right? So we're not going to have tier 1 ship code fragments or tier 2, but we will be able to exchange what our codes are worth. This is also going to be kind of different because it means that the value of a lot of items have changed. So this tier 3 is 900 external code fragments. It's not tier 3 code fragments, it's just 900 total. Like these rare earth mining operations are 500 internal code fragments. So that's all the internal codes that you've incurred so far. You could turn them into the code fragments. And let's see, I was about to actually buy a carrier, and I'm gonna see what my tier 4 carrier, 6,500 or 6,250. Ooh, I'm gonna have to see how that all converts over. I haven't done any of the math on the conversions yet, but looking through the market, I don't see much else. Scanner batteries. Well, let's just go ahead and purchase a bunch of those because I have a bunch of money. Just anything. Okay, so this is still a bug. Storage overloaded, even though I'm on a ship that has much storage space. One thing that you can do to solve this is just take something and open it. Sorry, just take this and open it. This will reset that little counter that he screwed up somehow. So now this is gone. I can go back to my market and I can purchase anything. But before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and antiquated officer codes. Oh gosh. Okay, let me get all these codes out of my stash and turn them all in. Actually, I can do that not for a video for you guys. Ready? I hate this game. It like makes me do all these kinds of weird things. All right, now that I've transferred this stuff, let's get into the code market and we'll see what I can get here. Probably start with these ones down at the bottom. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. Oh, let's get really. This is the best thing that you guys can come up with. If I hold it down, does it go farther, faster? I mean, it's not really picking up inertial speed. That's painful, guys. Stratosphere. What are you thinking? I can only do 100 at a time anyway. That hurt. Alright, so I'm gonna have to do that later. There's no way that we can do that together, right? Even though I could probably get ship codes. So I think that's it for the market here. Looks like the code fragment purchases have changed a little bit, so it's just purchasing code fragments now. No longer purchasing the individual tiers, which is great because I can just keep spending my prestige on that. And probably nothing much has changed about the sell market. Ships. I have a ship, internal module. Okay. Yeah, nothing much has changed there. But what has changed are liaison shops. So I'm actually going to go to MSRE. Let's see if they have any changes. I believe. In the meantime, we could talk about the mining yield balancing. So increase the base mining yield by about around 15%. Regular common collectors go from 75 to 86 collecting. Resource extractor epic is from 140 to 160, and that's assuming a 50% purity. So we can see. So we'll just kind of overview the old code fragment too. We can put some of this on the screen, hopefully. They'll no longer be used for buying blueprints. Old code fragments will be exchanged. So tier 1 is worth 1, tier 2 is worth 3, tier 3 is worth 9, and tier 4 is worth 27. So it looks like they've updated the amount that drops from up to 150, it looks like, in rare signals, or 135. So everything's going to cost a lot more, but like I think it might make out better the overall long run. Let's check. Did they please update something? Yes. Okay, so there's a ton of new stuff over in the MSRE liaisons, and I can spend a lot of money here. Looks like we got tier 4 mass driver anti-armors, heat sinks, hull busters, corvettes. These are all uncommons, so they're going to be singular purchase. It looks like clan shop's also going to get a nice update to. Oh, that's the first time that that's happened where it's actually shown up. So we got the annihilators, gas harvesters, crystal mining operations. So lots more stuff to work for. But we're doing all right. Yeah, we'll need to do this again soon. Nothing has changed to clan missions except trophy hunt missions will now do tier 4 anything but MSRE. So we'll be able to get all those kills count for with that there's also a bunch of new UI and visual changes. So let's see. Enhanced hyperspace flagships. Yeah, I'll have to go over these a lot more in detail because they dumped a ton of information into the patch notes. We'll have the patch notes linked down at the bottom, so make sure to check those out in the description. Make sure to like and subscribe for more information. As for balancing changes, there's going to be a lot to dissect here. As it stands, my flagship didn't change that much. It maybe lost a little bit of power, but I with the better bridge, I can add more escorts and I can do more damage in that. Let's see what it exactly. It was 7. Yeah, so I'm roughly about the same. It looks like while we may got nerfs in some areas, we got buffs in other areas, and it's all kind of going to even out pretty well. So with that, thanks for listening. Make sure to like and subscribe, and don't forget to do your dailies.